Good evening, everyone. So here we are, just going to a little trip to Amar to sell some stuff. I wanted to just kind of keep everybody informed as to where we are in the great scheme of things. So we are doing amazingly well, and I've run a few more exploration sites and a couple of deep flow rifts, and I've got some loot to sell. So I just wanted to sell that and then see where we are financially. But I think we're doing really good business. Oh, that is such a nifty little trick. So yeah, I thought we'd sell some stuff, and perhaps I'm kind of thinking that we should risk doing some abyssal stuff. Now, abyssal sites are unusual in that there's a time restriction on. And the idea is that if you warp into an abyssal site, you have a set period of time in which to complete. Now, they are known for being quite tricky. So we've got some filaments, which are items that you consume to open. So my microphone went a bit funny at this point, so I'm re-recording the audio, which is going to be a little bit odd. But long and short of it is, I rambled for a bit about running some abyssal sites. There will be a little bit of a twist in with that in later on in the video, but I'm basically in the process of selling some loot, and you can see that there's quite a decent amount of loot there. I just hauled about 125 million ISKs worth of loot in, and I'm kind of talking about that there. Yeah, this was a very strange video. There's something really odd happened with the microphone. I don't know whether I was turning my head, but the audio kept fading in and out. So yeah, I'm learning this stuff. It's taking a while, but I will get there, I promise. But yeah, we had some decent loot. I ran a few exploration sites. I ran a few deep flow rift sites. In a second, you're going to see it fast forward through this bit because we've already gone through one of these market value. I think that's the fast forwarding is going to start now. Boom. But yeah, so, and I think at some point you'll maybe be able to see the total. I think I talk about that in a minute. But we actually start, we're perilously close. I think we're up to about 840 million. So I think we're 1 or 2 videos away from hitting our target, which is kind of fun. There is a nice little plot twist with this video in a bit, but we'll get to that in a minute. Looking at me selling this stuff, even fast forward, because of the way my brain works, it even fast forwarded to 7 and a bit times normal speed. It looks like just normal speed, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, so I talked a bit about abyssal sites, and they come in different grades of hardness, and I thought I would try some of the really basic ones, but I have the wrong ship, which will become apparent in a bit. Excuse me. The standard drone ships that we have are okay for running regular sites, but for running the slightly trickier sites, they don't prove that good. Which, yeah, that's a little disappointing, but hey, we can live with that. Yeah, look at the loot is selling for some decent ISK as well. Okay, so I am going to pause the recording, and we will pick this back up when I'm going to try and do a little bit of abyssal sites. So I shall see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we dropped back into the recording for a bit at this point, because as I was heading back to base, I rolled through a low set gate camp, and I just thought it would be really useful to fly back and just have a quick look at that. Obviously, I'm carrying nothing, so we have no value except for fun, I guess. If somebody wanted to blow us up, they can quite happily blow up a 2 million ISK ship, and it won't affect us too dramatically. So we are in the Huola system. and we are heading towards the Otalen gate, which is where the gate camp is. And you'll notice where my pointer is now that there is one ship that is flashing orange, and there's another ship which is obviously in a fleet with that ship, and there's a number of wrecks around them. So they've obviously had a fairly fun time. They've killed maybe 4 ships. We're going to have a quick look at the ship that's flashing orange, and it is a Navy Exequoror, which is a word I can never say, but it is a command ship. So you can see around the middle that there's some sort of effect radiating out from it. So it's broadcasting boosts to the rest of the ships in its fleet, or ship in this case. So they have parked right next to the gate. So somebody traveling through that gate will run the risk of being killed by them. This is a site where there is some faction warfare going on, so they may be restricting themselves to ships doing faction warfare. But in the chat bottom left, you can see that they are talking about running gate camps fairly regularly, so we might have a bit more action in the future, which is kind of fun. This ship, the Punisher, is really, really quick to get to warp, so it is quite hard to kill. But nothing in this game is unkillable, obviously, as we know. So, yeah, we will crack on and see what else we can find. Okay, so I ran into a slight technical hitch in that I don't have the right ship, the filaments that I've got. So we might have to stick a pin in it. So thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. At least we got to look at a gate camp, and we sold some stuff. And yeah, let's just recap on the ISKs. 840 million. So we are seriously close to hitting the goal. Okay, so I'll see you all in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the positive things. Tell your Eve playing friends and your gamer friends. Okay, take it easy. See you soon.